I remember that night vividly. It was a dark, moonless night, and I was driving home from a friend's house on a deserted country road. The only source of light came from my headlights as they cut through the darkness, illuminating the road ahead. As I drove, my mind began to wander, and I started to feel uneasy. The silence was deafening, broken only by the sound of my car's engine and the occasional hoot of an owl. I tried to shake off the feeling, reminding myself that it was just my imagination running wild. But then, I saw something in the distance. At first, I thought it was just a shadow, but as I got closer, I realized it was a person standing in the middle of the road. I hit the brakes and my car screeched to a stop just inches away from the figure. I looked out my window and my heart skipped a beat. The person was wearing a long white dress, and their hair was matted and tangled. Their face was obscured by shadows, but I could see that their eyes were closed. I hesitated for a moment, unsure of what to do. But then, I realized that this person could be in trouble. Maybe they were lost, or maybe they needed help. I rolled down my window and called out to them. "Are you okay? Do you need help?" There was no response. The figure remained motionless, their eyes closed. I started to feel uneasy again. Maybe this person was dangerous. Maybe I should just drive away and call the police. But before I could make a decision, something strange happened. The figure's eyes opened, and they locked onto mine. They were completely black, devoid of any emotion or humanity. I felt a chill run down my spine, and I suddenly realized that this person was not human. I tried to start my car, but it wouldn't budge. It was as if something was holding it in place, preventing me from escaping. I looked back out my window and the figure was gone. Suddenly, the darkness was filled with the sound of scratching and clawing. It was coming from all around me, like something was trying to break into my car. I was paralyzed with fear, unable to move or think. The scratching continued, growing louder and more frenzied by the second. And then, everything stopped. The scratching ceased, and the darkness was silent once again. I looked around, but there was nothing there. No sign of the figure or the scratching. I started my car and peeled away from the spot with an increased heart rate. As I drove, my mind raced with questions. What had I just witnessed? Was it some kind of demon or spirit? And why had it targeted me? The rest of the drive home was uneventful, but I couldn't shake off the feeling of unease. I felt like I was being watched, like something was following me. When I finally pulled into my driveway, I breathed a sigh of relief. I had made it home safely. But then, I noticed something strange. My car's windows were covered in scratches, like something had tried to claw its way inside. I felt a shiver run down my spine, and I knew that I had encountered something truly terrifying that night. Something that I would never forget for the rest of my life. From that night on, I never drove on that road alone, especially not at night. I knew that whatever I had encountered that night was still out there, waiting for its next victim, and I never wanted to be that victim again.